Hello and welcome to Late Night Creatures, the late night show where we draw creatures. Usually, we draw creatures, but we also animate creatures, and that's what we're doing today. Uh, that's the episode. So we're gonna be doing an animation. I need to plan these more. No idea. Hello. No idea. Uh, um, what we're actually gonna animate. So I'm just gonna jump in and maybe we can do something. Let's do something. I have an idea. Let's do something that's kind of strenuous, but not too bad. Something that we can handle. Won't be all that bad. I think. I hope. Well, that curve got messed up. I hope this isn't gonna be too bad. Hopefully it'll be fine. I'm going to try and make this little blob creature that I've drawn here get boils and little pustules all over his body. I don't know why. Just seems like the right thing to do. But we're going to just try and do this real fast, like, I suppose. Because, you kind of have to. We don't have a lot of time on this show, and it's definitely not the time frame you want to be doing anything animated in. 30 minutes for anything somewhat complex is a little taxing. But, you know, we've done some kind of crazy stuff on this show before, animated and drawing, so I think we got this covered to a certain extent. See, we're already on our way. Kind of. Could be we're already on our way to doom and destruction. Who really knows? But this little man is going to, basically, the plan is, so we have our little man. He's going to swing up, collapse back down, and then the polyps and boils are going to grow on his back, as is the way those do. It's a very fast-spreading disease that he has. So just see. Yeah, that should be fine. So yeah, we're just going to put in these in between frames here. This is a little creature man. He's a good little boy. I have don't worry about it. But yeah, he's a little blob creature. Just a little blob creature. I'm not quite sure what his name is. That bend. I think I need to take that bend out sooner. I don't think that's gonna stay that long. I think that's just because of how far he's dropped like that. So we can just sort of get rid of that. This is going to be just straight up candy corn. Misshapen candy corn, but that's a pretty candy corn shape if I do say so myself, and I do. Alright, so let's just see. So we got that. Let's see. Do I want that to be longer? It's hard to tell. Maybe I want to make that a little longer. So let's do that. See, that's the thing, is sometimes when you're doing this type of stuff, you gotta just shift things around as you see they need to be shifted around. And you add some more frames, make stuff take a longer time. Now, if I keep it on 2s, is that gonna look too choppy? I wonder. Yes, it will. So let's make this nice and fluid here. There we go. Then that's where we can take that crease out. And now it's just a pretty simple sort of bean looking shape from here on out. It's all fairly straightforward, nice, just cut in between the lines type of deal. So there we go. It's very good. So we have that now, and it is going well. He's I think that's pretty good. And so then we want him to slam. So we want him to wait up here for probably a second. So that means we jump in right here at 35. And then we want him to completely, I'm looking for like a complete inversion, swing around type deal. There we go. Perfect. So now that we have that, we have to figure out how it goes from here to there. And here's a fun thing. If we want it to be real fast, we only really need this one little frame here. Just give that indication. Need to be a little different than that. I needed to come just, oops. I needed to come just straight out. Like so. So going off out of frame a little bit. But that's okay. And then what I want to do is I want to add on a bit of a sort of blur to it. Sort of, yeah, just a motion blur, kind of a smear, as it is called. So just put in the smear. Like so. So that way when it gets to here, give me a sec. Oops, hold on. Give me a sec. I had to figure out which frame that copy is. There we go. So now I take that smear and keep it all the way to here. Then I make another copy, which is that. And I take it about halfway so that smear kind of comes in, the movement, it gives the illusion of that movement continuing as we go. Yeah, smears are fun. They are a very good way to give the illusion of movement while using a minimal amount of frames and also while keeping the speed that you want. So they're very good for that. Now, the problem is that I usually use smears with like opacity and colors to make them look better. I don't know how these smears where it's kind of just part of the form, I don't know how these are actually going to work. All right, it could be better, but not too bad. Actually, you know what? This one I don't think is needed. I added that extra sort of hang time frame there. I don't think that's needed. Maybe, no. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the issue I'm not liking is here. I'm glad you're being taunted, as you say. That's, dang. Okay, interesting. There's just one, okay, wait, that looks better now. Somewhat better. Yeah, maybe that's, I'm not sure what's bugging me here, actually. It's weird. Because there's something that's lagging behind. And I don't know what it is or why it's doing that, really. So sorry, we're playing around a bit and wasting time, honestly. But I'm just trying to see what this weird thing is. Okay, it's interesting. It looks it could be, I guess it kind of does look like I guess it could kind of be the Sorting Hat. Um Perhaps. It's actually just a little blob man, but it wouldn't be too hard to turn this into the Sorting Hat. So sorry that that's not it's not what it is. But hey, we can do that different time. So now that he's down here, I want him to sort of wait, and then let's start putting in. So yeah, so from the beginning we have that raise up, and then he slams down. Looks good. I think it's just I need to watch it all the way through. All those issues I was saying, they were non-issues that were created by my brain. So now what we're going to do is we're going to throw in a new animation folder and start putting in some new cells. And we're just going to sort of have these start a few polyps on his back here, like so. Those are nice. Yeah, it does look a bit like a boxing glove, actually. A bit from a certain angle, yeah. And so these polyps are just going to get a little bigger. We aren't using any keyframes for this. This is all just going to be straight ahead animation so that it looks more organic. So there we go. And they are just going to grow bigger and bigger as such. Get into a very gross, awful size. And now maybe we'll throw in a couple more around, like so. So now I can make these grow bigger. Continue growing those. Okay. That one is getting gross. They're all getting kind of gross. I think that one's reached a capacity just about. Probably should be stopping a good number of these where they are, but that's okay. Okay, this is very good. So now that we have, and now we can bring this one to its capacity, bring this one up to its capacity. All these starting ones I want to be done growing at this point. And then this one can keep growing. And I'm actually going to real quick do that so I can see better. Okay. And so this one, we'll get to that one in a sec. I have a plan for that one. Special plan for that one. This is going to be about to get into a very gross episode, so everyone be prepared. I love that idea of them breaking off and becoming its like kids. That is very, I would love to do that, but I don't have the time to do that, sadly. Okay, and so on this polyp we're going to grow a littler one, and let's bring them all to capacity now. I don't have a basketball goal. So, sorry. I don't know why. No one should be saying, oh no, this is a good thing. Oh wait, hold on. I have not been keeping track of things I need to be keeping track of. Okay, so this one has its little boil. So these ones that have hit capacity are also going to get little boils. That's hit capacity. That gets a little boil. It's a lot of drawing. Got to work somewhat fast to get all this in, because I had an idea as I was drawing, which is always a bad thing, especially when you're animating, and especially when you're on a time limit that is self-imposed. Is that you have to sort of limit your ideas, because you're sort of limited to, do I have time to actually make this happen? And now we're going to just sort of do that. And that's going to be good. So now we can little boil. And then these boils are also going to get those little points that I added. Very good, very good. Nice little points. Listen, I never draw anything gross on this show. There's absolutely nothing gross ever been drawn on this show. This is the first one. It's a milestone for us. Have these sort of open up a little more. Like so. Oops. Oh. Program was not liking what I was doing there for a second. There's not always time, sadly. But hey, when we do episode 50 and it's real long, we'll have time to do all that fun stuff. There's a time and a place for everything, and this is arguably the time, but it is not the place. It is not the setting for this stuff quite yet. So yeah, I'm after this, I'm done with the boils, and then I gotta add in some detail work as well as make the boils make them pop by getting rid of the outlines that are under them, which shouldn't take too long because I didn't do that many frames of animation on the body. Especially, or wait, no, they might take a good while actually. Never mind, I lied, but it's okay. I don't do that often. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to go in here and with a transparent brush, which means it's a brush that's invisible. That doesn't work actually. All right, well, I'm going to use white then. So with this white, I'm going to go in and remove these outlines underneath the boils, like so. Real quick, this is going to be very rough because I don't have time to really do it that well. But well, it's okay. It's gonna buff. We'll get into a better spot. And when all this stuff is turned off, like all of the ghost, the onion skinning, once that's all turned off, it'll be better. But hey, at least I didn't do arguably too much on these boils, so this isn't going to take too long, hopefully. Let me check how all that looks. That's okay. Okay, now I do want those gone. Okay, well, you know. Yeah, the anticipation that is building. What's going on with the boils? You'll know in a sec. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it right now. We'll get there. We're gonna get there. These outlines are definitely gonna bother me because I have no very good way of making sure I've gotten rid of all of them. Cut that off. Okay. Oops. You know what? Don't worry too much about those little details right now. We have a good amount of time. We have 10 minutes for me to quickly rough some details in and really make this the best it can be. Nope, don't need to do that. Do need to do this. And this. Okay. We're almost done. We're almost there. We just have to do this one last frame with these little polyps, and then we're good. Yeah, but just don't worry about what the boils are doing. Just appreciate that they're there. You know? It's like the old saying goes. Man is only as good as his boils. All right, let's make sure that all looks serviceable. All right, cool. That looks great. So now we got to add in some details. So I'm going to throw in another animation folder. And let's see. Don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm just having a good time just like the rest of you. So cool. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, of course, just have some pus shooting out of these boils. Because if you thought I was going to do anything else, I mean, come on, of course this is what I'm gonna do. You kidding me? And then oh gosh, this is gonna be a lot of pus to draw, huh? This might have been a mistake, but it's okay. It's a fun mistake. Oh gosh. This poor little creature that I've birthed into existence. See, here's the thing. I'm really scared of ever, like, evoking a curse or my creations come to life, because boy, howdy, are they going to be mad, huh? They're going to be wicked mad. Maybe they can sort of compress into these nice, tight little, gross, awful projectile balls. I think that's probably what's going to happen, right? So they can go somewhere. That's taken care of. Deal with you. And you can kind of just dribble. Oh gosh, all right. God, let's keep working, huh? And that'll just okay. So we have that, and then we can have this sort of work its way. Are my creations bad? Not like in general, I don't think, but I'd say this one is possibly up there with one of the worst. Because this is yeah, this one's just gonna drizzle. Just gonna drizzle. And yeah, so this one's just sort of gonna come straight on up. And I want this one to sort of start arcing as well as this one. Gosh, boy, you know, it's something I do on all these late night creatures, and I think it's just because it's something that's fun to do, and it's something that I think I can do pretty well. I just love to draw like drops of liquid. I've done it in a lot of these. I did it in the potato one, I did it in the pipe one, and I did it in the very first one that we did. Listen, nothing's wrong with me. I'm perfect. But I do like to draw gross boil creatures. It's actually funny enough. This is actually kind of similar. Back when I like really early started animation, there was an animation I did that now, if I watch it, it's kind of embarrassing. Where it's just this little green dude and he just swells up with a bunch of boils, and I had actually forgotten about it until just now. And that's basically what this is, except better, because I have more spells. Skills. Jeez. I wish I was an animation magician. What the heck? Oh. It's like, that's weird. But it was because I didn't draw it. Too focused on the droplets, not too focused on the drippies. Alright, cool. And then we can just sort of start bringing all these to a close. Making them just smaller and smaller. And then this is going to be our last frame. I hope it looks amazing. I appreciate you thinking that's going to be the case, and I sure hope you're right. Because I haven't really checked it all. I've kind of just been plugging at it. And we're going to have them come to little ends, and then they'll be done. But we aren't done yet. I do want to have this drizzle down just a little bit more. You know, just a few more. Give me a few more frames of this gross, awful drizzle, please. Listen, I wish I was magic, but I do not have animation spells. I have animation skills, and I barely have those. That's why I'm going to school, to the big art school in the sky. That sounds bad. Anywho, let's see. Let's watch this gross boil monster. Yes! Oh, success. Oh, gross. That's pretty gross, actually. Yeah, hey, that's not bad. Could be worse. Could be worse. Um, Definitely could be worse. That's the standard, right? Okay, cool. I like that a lot. Dang, this is probably the proudest I've been on an animation late night creatures of my work. So now let's give him a face because he deserves it. I'm just gonna throw on a little face here. Let's see, what should this guy look like? I think maybe he's just very sad. let's just make him very sad. Oh, I love him. Oh man. Oh, his head's turning. That wasn't intentional, but I do like how he sort of made a turn towards the camera as he raised up. It's gonna add some more depth to the art. Then we it's just did I mess up anywhere? Feels like I might have, but I don't think so. Nope, not yet. I usually, like, once whenever I do a face, I will always forget to put a face somewhere, and it'll really mess everything up. And then he'll kind of be meh. Or no, let's make him. He needs to be. Do we want to name this thing Linda? We can name this thing Linda. You've been calling it Linda a lot. So let's call it Linda. And there we go. Yeah, he's mad. And so then we have him like this. Okay, cool. And now let's get to the, let's find our boil region. Oh, there we go. Okay. And so I kind of want to make this face disappear with the boils. Oh, we are close to the end here. So let me just, I kind of just going to have this face turn and get a little, I guess, angrier as those boils start to come in. So then all we have now are these, and then we can close it out. Okay, so let's watch our, let's get it in good in view here. Okay, let's watch. Actually, that's probably not good view because we had to see all of that. Okay, come on. I got 2 minutes to show this thing, and I really want to center it well. I'm gonna pull it more this way. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Gross. Oh, that's awful. That's awful. Well, thank you for joining me on this episode of Late Night Creatures. This one was very fun. I had a great time. I hope you did too. Well, unless you don't like pus or boils or the release of one from the other, either the release of boils from pus or pus from boils. Either way, so sorry if that's sort of not your thing and this wasn't really your cup of tea. I get it. Trust me. But yeah, next week we will not be doing an episode. I'm gonna announce this on the stream because I've never done that before. Next week we will not have an episode. I'm not entirely certain about the next week. I need to check that. But I'll put that on Instagram and Twitter. It's at Cube Tourist for both of those. So yeah, I'll see ya. Y'all have a good night and hope this thing visits you in your dreams. Don't worry, he's nice. Bye.